and welcome back to another BobBlast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is all about, nice short blast, painted black. Oh my gosh, you've heard so many instructors and schools and colleges and philosophies never use black. Why not? It's paint. I'm going to use it. They sell it in the art store, so I'm going to be using it. Now, there are several things about black. All right, first of all, there are many kinds of blacks. That's what this demo is really all about. Blacks can either go far away or they can come forward. It's a great optical illusion, isn't it? So it all depends on how you want the black to go, how far back you want it to go, and how close you want it to be. It has to do about the focal point. Soft edges, out of focus. Hard edges, come forward. It's that simple. Now, there are two kinds of blacks. Cool blacks and kind of warm blacks when they're thinned down. Let me show you some of the examples of what we're doing right here. So here's the Holbein Mars black, nice big black, rich black. But when you thin it down, it gets kind of a silvery look to it. And you can have all these different values and still has a nice cool tone to it a little bit. Look at all the different kinds of black. The same black, same tube of black, just different amounts of water and a little bit of white in there. Why not? Right? So here's one, it's called Ivory Black. Now this one looks a little more on the warm side. Look at the warmth you get out of this Holbein Ivory Black. Those are the two that I really like to use an awful lot of. So let's continue on, whether you're doing something that's recognizable or even in abstracts. This is a good example of hard edges are very noticeable. Soft edges disappear. Soft colors have blacks, different values of blacks kind of recede a little bit. Hard blacks come forward. Good example of that. Talk about graphic design. Here's a little quick sketch I did of one of our chickens. Just one color, black, get in, get out, do it. Do a whole lot of them, just black. Again, soft edges. Here's one, soft edges. Soft edges up here, hard edges. It's something that, hard edges are always going to get attention, no matter what the size. Look how small the focal point is here, because it's a hard edge. Everything else is soft edge. It says, out of focus, don't look at me yet. Look at here first. Isn't that amazing? These are my fun graphic pieces. It's called Brothers. And so it's all these big graphic shapes. But look at all the play that I get to play with different textures even. And so collage work, I love working with black. But first of all, you want to establish the tone, the values, the composition. Let me show you how I get started. So before I begin a painting, I want to use all those colors, but I do have the discipline to do a value study. That's how they taught us in school, so I continue doing a value study. Where's the focal point? So the focal point being the part that has the most contrast, right? The most different right in here. There's a lot of contrast up in here, but I'm not quite finished yet with this value study. And look how big and rich this black is. So with all this black area, a little focal point, your eye goes right there. It might go over here too, and it might go up there, but eventually it goes here because I did the value study first. I know you want to get into color right off the bat, but I always do this just so I know where I'm going. Let me show you the different kinds of charts that I make as a color chart for my studio. Well, because there are so many different kinds of colors, I can't remember which one's warm, which one's cool. So make a chart, make a reference chart, keep it up on the wall or in your sketchbook. So here's my primary black, here's my Mars black, here's my Ivory black, and I can't remember which is which. So let me show you how I have these little charts in my studio, and go ahead and make your own, all right? So here we have Mars black, Ivory black, lamp black, my favorites to use. So here we go. These happen to be Holbein colors, but you know, any color manufactured that you want to use, absolutely. So here's lamp black. Oh, here we go, here. Oh. Here we go. 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 Look how rich this is. Now, this may not show up very well on a video camera, but in your studio, it's beautiful. Now, I'm going to add more water to it. When you add water to it, look what happens. Oh, it gets kind of a more of a warm tone. See, that's beautiful. The richness of that and the softness of lamp black. How about ivory black? Let's get a different brush. This is ivory black. I cannot remember any of these. They look the same at first. Nice, huh? Now let's add more water to it. Look at this color. Wow. Again, there's no way I'm going to remember all the idiosyncrasies of this beautiful color. And so I make a chart. This is more, kind of more brown. How about Mars black? Well, you'd think that'd be the richest. Well, it's pretty black. Now make sure you don't create a hole. Here's more of a silver look to it. You can see the difference already. So these reference charts are very valuable. I mean, what got me started in black and white was actually looking at some of the early great masters. There's Manet, Whistler, Renoir. They use black, so I kind of follow their lead. And more contemporary, the thing that really got me going, Robert Motherwell's, his gigantic black paintings. And he's in a museum, the National Museum, and gigantic black paintings. And there's so many others that turn me on. There's de Kooning. Oh my gosh, look at him. He's not doing these representations. He does emotional feelings, kind of concepts of getting his point across. And he uses black, he uses all the other colors too. So that kind of gave me an idea. Why not using black? I love black, especially getting the tones down first. Those are some of the highlights I wanted to point out to you in using black. Go out and buy a tube of every black you can find. Get a little tube of everything and make a chart. It's the only way you're gonna find out which ones are bluish, more silvery, which ones are more warm. It'll be very helpful when you actually add colors to them too. Hey, thanks for watching all this about painted black, and now get out there and paint a whole day using nothing but blacks and see what happens after that. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next BobBlast. Hi there, I'm Bob Burridge, and this lesson is all about painting and sketching everyday common objects, the things you see on the table right in front of you right now. For instance, everyday common objects like a coffee cup. I'll paint them and sketch with them and use different color combinations. It's a great way, especially when you don't have any ideas to get started, okay? Just look at everything and this. Pick it up in your hand, especially a coffee cup. Look at it. Look at all the radiuses and the underneath all of that stuff and the straight lines and the kind of goofy ellipses. Hold it in your hand. Everyday common objects. They can be your eyeglasses, pencils, anything that's sitting on the table. And then you do single ones. You'll see me do single ones. And then I like to do like 6 of them all at the same time. Remember, it's all about staying loose. Not just one at a time. 2 at a time. I do them all at the same time. Boy, at the end of doing all of those, my shoulders are loose, I'm breathing, it's having a great time. So in this, you'll see all the materials that I'm using, and you're gonna see a lot of samples. So it's a great time to get started and get loose. And if you watch all this, see it again and again and again, because I'll be watching you in the studio. Have a great time.